Hey, what's up YouTube? So today I wanted to do a complete guide to keeping insects for your chameleon. Now a lot of people keep insects for different kind of animals, but I have a chameleon, so mine is strictly geared towards my chameleon. And for those of you who want to make your own changes for your animal, that's fine. But just wanted to give you pretty much an overall of how this goes down. So pretty much the reason why I started making this video today is because I was buying crickets all the time, and I was using these little Rubbermaid containers to keep my crickets in, and I noticed that they were dying way too quickly. It was pissing me off. I was wasting a lot of money. As you can see, I keep my worms in these containers, and here, this one has the top off, so I'll show you this one here. Those are my worms in there. And I have a couple little apple slices in there, as well as my Fluker's orange cubes. And obviously you can tell the worms are loving it. Gut loading the worms so that way my chameleon can eat well. So I'll go ahead and cover this up. And just wanted to show you. So pretty much there, as you can see, I have two little Rubbermaid containers of worms. I usually only have one, but I bought a little too many, so I separated them, and I have plenty of worms for quite a while there. Here are my crickets that I bought today, and I'm doing this video today, so I still have not done anything with this. For any of you who have been watching my videos in the past, you might recognize this. I was using this to feed my chameleon outside of his cage, but he now has a cricket feeder. Here, I'll zoom into that there. You can see there's a cricket feeder there, and it's working out pretty nicely for him. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this for my crickets. From the videos I've seen on YouTube and from the experience, I'm sorry, not the experience, but from the information I've gathered, apparently my little Rubbermaid thing here was not holding the bill to what these crickets need, and so they were dying too quickly. You need something with a lot more air for them to get and more surface area, and they should be able to survive better. So just to show you a quick little overall view of what I plan on doing, I got some egg cartons here. Got one flipped upside down, I got the other one right side up. I got top of my peanut jar there with a rock on there to hold it down. I got the bottom part that I cut out of my peanut jar and a rock there to hold it down. So on here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be putting in some of this here, and this is a cricket diet also for crickets and other insects, and this is pretty much what I'm going to be putting here. I plan on putting some of that in this one, in the clear one, and then here in the red one I'm going to be putting in some of the orange cube quenchers. As you can see, this I'm already down to the bottom of the bottle here. This has worked really well for me. So any of you guys deciding between any one of these two, this is more of a complete meal. This has food as well as water in there. This is also supposed to be food and water. First time I'm trying this out, seems like the worms and the crickets really like it. I already know the worms and the crickets like this, so either one you should be fine. And then this is just food. This does not obviously bring any kind of a liquid for the crickets to eat, so this will be only food. And then we'll move on to the important stuff here, which is the calcium with D3 and without D3. Now the way that I have it written down, I have 3 times at one time. Forget about that. This just helps me decide. And when I first got my chameleon, I didn't know as much as I know now. So pretty much this is what I use every single day. I use Herpavite, multivitamins, and let's see if we can zoom in here. Repcal right here for reptiles and amphibians, and this has no D3 right here. So hold on, let me pause this. I'm sorry guys, I got stuck here. Alright, I'm sorry guys, I had to pause the video there. I had to do some things here in the house. Alright, so pretty much this is what I use every day, like I mentioned. This is with no D3, as you can see here on the top, and I use this every day. And then twice a month I will use this one with D3. Now my chameleon gets no sun, he stays indoors all the time in his cage, And so this is the way it works for me. For some of you guys that may actually take your chameleon out in the sun, you may want to restrict the amount that you give with D3, because D3 pretty much helps when you don't get sun. So for me, the way that it works for me, I use this one every single day, and then 2 days of the month I use this one, usually on the 15th and on the 30th of the month. I'll give him with this one so that way I can remember easily. And that's the way that it works out for me. So on to the new enclosure. This is what I decided to do because, like I mentioned, my crickets were dying here way too quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and use this enclosure and see if they last a lot longer. I'll probably use it with no top, or just put the top like slightly on top of it, like sideways like that, you know, so they get a little bit of air from both sides. I don't know, I'll figure that out. But wanted to give you guys a heads up on what is going on here with feeding your chameleon and gut loading your crickets and your worms and stuff like that. And as a matter of fact, if you look in there, you can see, you see the crickets there crawling around. I'm going to be putting them in there soon. So hope this helps, guys. If you have any questions, comments, anything, hit me up. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what you like, what you don't like. I don't care. Not going to hurt my feelings. Alright, guys. See you later.